ATB Milk family. So your space of freedom only exists within you. It has nothing to do with the circumstances or the objects outside of you at all. And I know it seems like that because of conception, and we start living on the outside. We start living based off of concepts and beliefs and the world around us. So we feel like our world is reflected by the outside. But in reality, we live in this limited space until we truly search and have this burning desire for freedom. Because we are not bound to those concepts. We are not bound to the objects here. The only thing that binds us here is the relationship that we create with those things. Please, please, please. This is such an important seed, okay? What comes into consciousness is never, ever supposed to be identified with. You're supposed to observe it. You're supposed to study it as if you are a scientist in a new land. You know, this is why life is supposed to be fun. But what happens is it turns into suffering, because instead of viewing ourselves beyond possessions, we place ourselves among them. We place ourselves among the possessions that are here and the concepts that are here. And what that does is when we keep making relationships with the things outside of us, we continue to bound ourselves here, and it will continue to pull ourselves further and further away from the inside of our true essence. And when that happens, that is what is causing your true suffering, because you are feeling this disconnect from the truth of what you truly are and what you are experiencing. And this gap that you're experiencing is called cognitive dissonance. Now get this. So outside of the body, everything is relative to the next. So everything is bound together. So nothing is technically free here. But if you place your focus on the awareness rather than the objects, you expand that place of awareness inside you, so you begin to allow the freeness to take over the lands within. When you realize that the awareness is coming from inside and you are simply perceiving, this is when you allow freedom to take over, because you realize you are not the objects here, you are not the situations here, you are not the emotions here, you are just the awareness of it. What eventually will start happening is you will truly experience freedom in totality, inside as well as out. And that is because, in such a beautiful way, that awareness collectively will take on every single entanglement that you hold with objects in this outside world, and it will cleanse it, because your heart is the anchor of purity, and it will push it so far out that all you'll experience is freedom. Last seed before I go. When you suppress or push out circumstances, this practice is completely and totally hopeless. It does nothing. It renders you absolutely nothing but more suffering and repeated cycles. Freedom is only achieved by fixing your conception of concepts. Because the only way to be free is without them, is without the concepts. The only way to be free is to be the complete and total awareness of them. To allow and to become absolute. To be everything and nothing all at once. One love. Happy travels.